Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, yes, we're here. So, hello from RTI studio again, Wednesday with me having talk with a special guest today, and also our fans here on YouNow or Facebook, wherever you are. So, I want to wish you a nice afternoon from Poprad. We already have snow in the mountains, and I have to say it's really, really beautiful because you can see leaves of different colors and then you can see the tops of snowy mountains, which is wonderful. So today I have a very special guest. It's Jovan, and he deals with medical world. So I want to welcome you. Hello, Jovan.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this beautiful program of yours.
So you may guess what today's topic may be about. Before we start, I want to say hi to Mike. Mike says hello, Zuzana, Eric, and guest. So you already noticed.
Thank you very much.
Hello to Axel. He said good day to all. Hello, RTI. And we have people I noticed from Nigeria, even India, Denmark, and many, of course, UK, USA. Hello to Safari fan from Germany and all the other people around here. And others join. You can join with questions if you have anything to ask regarding the topic we have today, because I have decided to invite Jovan, who is a holistic therapist, to talk about not medicine itself like it is known, especially in the Western world, but it is how we can heal our body beyond medicine. But let me give him a word. So if you can introduce yourself a bit.
Thank you very much, Zuzana, for this opportunity, and thank you very much for that beautiful introduction you just spoke about me. My name is Jovan. I'm a holistic therapist. My path has always been about seeking health as a living connection between body, mind, energy, and emotions. My work draws from Ayurvedic science which teaches balance through nature's elements, and TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, which views energy or qi as the foundation of life. But over the years, I have also focused deeply on what I called tics of healthy human interaction, and the way we connect, the communication and exchange of energy with one another. Because healing isn't about what herbs, diets, or techniques. It's also about how we listen, how we express, and how we relate. And when harmony exists between how we think, how we eat, how we connect, the body naturally begins to heal and thrive.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole package, because most of us, we really know just the Western medicine where you have a problem, you go to the doctor takes a look at you, if you're lucky, and then they prescribe medicine to kind of suppress the symptoms, yeah? And very often it is just saving lives.
Yes.
So, and you calling yourself holistic medicine, what does it mean, holistic way?
Okay, foremost I start with this communication. I want to say this is an educational information. I don't claim any diagnostics, healing any sicknesses, or any curing any diseases. It's purely information for everybody. You can take what fits you and what you think it relates with you. So for the question, holistic. For me, holistic means whole. It means which connects with everything what makes me a human being. The body, the mind, of course, psychology, the spirit, the soul, and the environment in which I live. So if I'm trying to be holistic, it means I have to take everything that makes me a human being in accountability.
That's very true. So it's not only what we eat, but also how we live, where we live, people around us, the emotions we,
Yes,
experience, the whole you can be, it has to be taken into consideration,
absolutely.
right? Okay. hmm
Excuse me.
And most people they are really after having that one pill that solves the problems, and your approach is completely different because one pill would maybe the last pill you need. But what is it there to prevent that last visit to the doctor where you really need to save life?
See, there are two sections to it. One is that it's very important. It's very important. I have to emphasize it again and again. Not doing your self-diagnostics. Okay, you need to have an expert. You need to have somebody who understands medical science, and don't go to Google or to Chat, whatever it is, and try to self-diagnose yourself for the most. Very important. Number two is that we can't have a pill. I would love to have a pill which solves all the problems, but I'm sorry to tell you that that doesn't exist, because for the very important reason, and that is that your body, my body, is the most complex machine in the universe. And when I say complex, that word complex is still too little for it. It's too vast. And it divides us into so many different sections. It's difficult to have a pill that sets everybody into a straight line of good health.
hmm So that's why healing beyond medicine. Yes. So
Yes.
this is not just one pill, that's everything else, which is there, what you mentioned before. And you mentioned before also food, mind work, and everything to start the healing process. Okay?
Yes.
Can you tell more about this?
Okay, let's start first of all with the food, because I think what you are now physically, your state, is very much connected to about the food, the nutrition you have put into it. You were not always that big. You grew into somebody now, or you're growing into somebody, and that all that has happened because you have added something within your body, and it has evolved into something which you see as your physical body or yourself. So food is very, very important actually. If I look at from the Ayurvedic understanding, I mean, food is also very much relevant to the type of the body one has. As I think in my practice, which I'm like 9, 10 years into it, very intensely. Now it's getting more and more intense because I'm kind of a person who gets the most complex and complicated cases. Excuse me. So what I see is that first of all, you need to have a good understanding about your body type, because from that point onwards, you know exactly what your body requires, okay, what it doesn't require, and how are you going to take care of it through the time, okay? It's like a vessel where you live, and it has good points, strong points, but also weak points. I wouldn't say weak points, I would say sensitive points, because if we are completely closed up as in a cocoon, I don't think we will experience life. So I think there is something that vulnerability within our body helps us to educate ourselves, understand our environment much better, and be more connected, be more that we feel things much better than that.
hmm I remember years ago I was told, oh, eat yogurt every day, it's very healthy for you. Eat oranges every day, they are very healthy for you. Actually, yeah, getting to know you, I learned that yogurt is actually not good for me. Yogurt is actually, orange is not that good for me. And it is, like you mentioned before, everything is taken from mostly internet. They
Yes.
say that, and I love that. When you go to many women groups, and there is like, they know everything. So there is a problem, a posted there, and everybody comments, and they say, take this, take that. It worked for me. I gained weight. I don't know, I healed from that and that. And
Yes.
this is exactly about one that piece of advice can only be applied to everybody, right?
Absolutely, because as I said in the early in the conversation, we have different body types. So one has to understand body type first of all, and each body type allows you certain type of nutritions or foods, as you said, oranges or yogurt, because as I see you, as I know you, your body type, it doesn't allow something that let me put it this way. There's a book from Dr. Sigmund Gjöndke. He describes that the whole reason of eating food is to regulate body temperature. All alive, we consume food to regulate our body temperature. If it goes too high, we say we have fever. If it goes too low, we say have a cold. And this is the game we play as a living organism. So certain body types all three body types regulate the body temperature differently. In your case, it regulates differently. So all those foods, because at the end of the day, it might look as orange, yellow, tasty, but somebody has to metabolize it, break it, make something out of that. It just cannot just go into your body and you just say it's over, right? So there's a mechanism within the body itself which decides, which invests energy into it, to breaking it and making it usable for you. That process itself is very complex. It's one of the very, very highly chemical. I would say it's a place where magic happens, frankly. So in that process, a lot of things happen there, which it's going to be totally too long to talk about. But I want to say the one thing that it decides about your body temperature there alone. So something that consumes energy from you to break it, or makes you deprive energy, will change, make a shift within your body temperature, and that will be felt within your whole organism. So certain foods, for any example, say oranges, yogurts, you can't eat because your body type regulates the body temperature different than somebody else's body type. So anything that is cold doesn't mean cold. Cold means that consumes energy, that consumes heat in the body, will be differently adapted, will be differently used, will be differently broken in your body than somebody who has a different type of body type.
Yeah, I remember before you told me that it's like putting diesel into a car that needs petrol.
Exactly.
That would be like that. So we hurt ourselves unknowingly, thinking that what we eat inside, then that it's really helping. Because we have these health foods, which is generally advised to take, right?
Yes.
That is not really the best.
No, that's why I say you should find somebody who can help you to find your body type, okay? And I think if he understands what does it mean, the body type, then he can definitely advise you how you can nourish your body in a very healthy way, in your healthy way, not your neighbor's healthy way, not your daughter's healthy way, your husband's, because even within a family, we carry different body types. And if he can make you understand which kind of foods are going to be very, very good for you, and which foods you should be avoiding in certain ways, in certain temperatures, I think it's going to make a big difference. I think people who understand the science, they can live longer, but also have a healthier physique, healthier body. Let's put it this way, because this is the base for everything you want to do in this world, right?
So, just give the example. If you look at me, you know my body type. So, what would your advice be about me? Actually, to give a background, for years, I tried to gain some weight because I'm the one who loses weight very, very easily and try to keep up. And the thing is that, of course, I try to gain weight by eating a lot, everything what I could find around, and it was not working. Until I met you and you completely changed the way I started to eat, because that's how, I didn't know, I didn't have that knowledge. So if you look at me, just give them the idea what it is about the body type and the energy levels, can be changed using different foods.
Okay, taking you as an example, and
Yes.
also having done a diagnostics on you, so
Mm-hmm.
on that I can speak. That's what I said in the beginning of our conversation, that we must find somebody who
Yes.
understands it about it really in a professional way, who can advise you, because that will give you a better base from which you can work yourself upwards. Okay. Now, well, while I have done your body type diagnostics, I know, and in Ayurvedic sense, you will say that you have a high fire element, because in Ayurveda tells us that body is divided into three different uh, energy packets. I said divisions: is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So Vata is the the air element, the ether element, and Pitta is the fire element, and the Kapha is the structure, the water element within your body. So this is a combination on which every body is built. In my sense, I find this is actually your barcode. If you go to supermarket, you have barcode. So I think, and you can have billions of barcodes in the same shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just by these three bars, I think universe have given everybody a barcode. Is my
Yeah. It is like that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say having read your barcode, to my best knowledge, I mean, it surely has more angles to understand. I don't want to claim here that I know everything, but I can at least say what I know for sure. You having a high fire element, and having your first element was fire, as I know, and second was structure, and the third was ether, the air element. So this kind of body type is very sensitive to anything that deprives temperature in foods, like oranges, lemons, Coca-Cola, ice creams, and so there's a certain time in the year where you can, as you know, you can eat those things, but like in after autumn or winter, because nowadays we have all these beautiful fruits like oranges and grapes available all through the year. So it
Yes.
seems like you can go on every year, every day, and every month on them. But I think that's where the difference comes. So for example, these foods like yogurts, like cottage cheese, milk products are in your case not good, because your body metabolizes temperature differently than mine. Also, I have Avata, Kapha, Pitta body. So for my body type, regulating that temperature is much easier than in your body. So as long as you're going to eat within the range, if you're going to avoid, let's say, forget about adding, if you're going to avoid such foods, in winter season, you're going to be most probably stay out of fevers and all kind of inflammations in your body. Okay, but as soon as you're gonna, you can do a few times mistakes, but then your body gonna let you know that this is not for you.
Our body is so smart machine. It's really smart machine. Because the foods are not here only to keep us, to fill us up
Yes.
with food, like gives the energy, but it's also remedy which can be used to heal naturally our, whatever we have. So
Yes.
I wonder, are there any foods that are generally, that generally can help heal the body?
Yes, of course. I mean, I think, but it always is very dependent. Healing is, let me put it this way. I mean, your body's intent to heal itself, okay? It just requires the right material, okay? If you provide right material according to your body type, it does the job for you. I think even if you go for chemotherapy, which is the height of medical sciences, in the end of the game, your immune has to do the last stop, or the next last step. The whole treatment cannot solve it for you. Your body has to take it over and solve it for you. So, but providing the right environment, right, giving the right nutritions, right foods, will really make a difference. I think if you live according to your body type, even if you get, any sickness, if you're cold, flu, anything, I think your body is capable of recovering and solving that problem for you much easily.
And this time of season, autumn is here. I know many people get colds, flus, and running nose and cough and whatever it is there because we feel like it's normal.
Yes.
We consider it as the normal coming from summer into winter here in Europe and actually the North Hemisphere. So whenever we get a little bit sick, it's like, oh yeah, it's autumn, so it's getting colder, so it's fine. It's not fine, or is it?
See, temperatures have always been changing. I mean, from the time we are born. It is not just that this autumn is coming now. You have to now like kick into something. It's a preparation of your body, all through the year. So you can't just now say, okay, autumn now, I'm going to put a lot of vitamin C, and then I'm going to put. I would say correct the way you live, the way you eat, and I don't think you need any extras, because we also know there's a vast world of supplementations nowadays, vitamins, and we have this. God Google.
Yes. Almighty, yes.
Almighty, all-knowing, has all the answers for you. And I have seen a lot in the last years that a lot of people come up already. They know what they have, and they just want the solution for the things they have self-diagnosed themselves on Google. So first of all, you don't do that, okay?
Get a professional diagnostic.
Exactly, because as I said, body carries so many variations, okay? And it's impossible that you just can, if you're not educated into that, you can just make really wrong assumptions, and that could lead to serious problems. So my advice again, always get a holistic or allopathic professional and tell him to diagnose you in his way, how he does it, and that would be a good basis for you to make further decisions about what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, and how you should be going about your life, right? Because I also feel that certain problem. I feel that body is not so has a lot of resistance. So it doesn't mean that you just gotta. That little push will make you sick. I think it's like a glass. Your healthy food is like a glass. It's filled with. So if you are on the top with so many, let's say, pathogenic slugs living in you, then a little drop of autumn can make you sick. Yeah, but it's not the autumn. It's just that there's so much unresolved things in your body which need attention. Okay, to be resolved.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And like you mentioned at the beginning, it's not always only about food, because you keep mentioning environment where we live. There's this thing like family culture. I read an article, I'm not a professional, how it is with diseases that we actually inherit or they are genetic. And it's not only in the genes, but it's also about the way the family lives, the lifestyle they raise the child in, and all this stuff around.
Yes, that is a very viable and good point you made, Zuzana. I mean, the cultures not the point. Let me put it this way: before we used to live in some kind of commune, in some place of the earth where we didn't travel so much, so our body was kind of built around the temperatures, around the kind of foods you eat, so we developed. But now we travel everywhere, right? Our body experiences all kind of different temperatures, different foods, different pathogenic environments too. So yes, I think there's a very famous book I read about that. Lot of, I found that a lot of families have certain sicknesses, and they say it's like a genetic or a sickness, or it's coming. It comes too often in the family, right? And when I looked deeply into that, I also found that they have the same lifestyle of living. They eat same kind of food, they have same kind of habits in which they live. Also, environment in that they kind of thrive as a little family commune, let's say, and also get the same kind of sicknesses. So, okay, somebody would say it's an epigenetics, okay, but I don't think epigenetics is something like a program within your body, and it can only it can only activate if you provide the environment. So I feel those families, those cultures do provide that environment for that particular gene or to get activated. This is my opinion.
So it's food, it's environment, but it's also our mind, because we cannot separate that from our body. It's not only physical body we touch, but also emotions we experience, the thoughts we have every single day, and everything. So what is the power of the mind when we talk about, this healing process?
I just want to go back to the point about the food and cultures. Okay, just I think I should mention here. For example, Slovakia. If I look its menu plans, and I find it's a very good, very food built with a lot of with a lot of let's say this lot. The food is built in that structure. I won't go in very detail in that, but it's built for a society that lived, let's say, 200 or 300 years ago in very harsh winter conditions where food was scarce, and there wasn't the possibility to eat an orange in winter or a banana in winter. So what I want to say is that those conditions made them to build that kind of menu. But if we're going to be applying that the culture, this is our culture, we have to have all those 5 meals, then you know that your body has changed. It just cannot do with that. It needs the amount of investment too. See, your body's like a bank. So if you're going to put something into it, you must also learn where to invest it. Otherwise it becomes unmanageable.
Oh, for those who don't know Slovakia much, and especially foods here, we have these, I think, 3 or 4 basic ingredients, which would be cabbage, potatoes, wheat, and I think as for fruits I can say apples mostly. And also like milk, sheep milk, cow milk. And if I think about traditional meals here, they're really a combination of cabbage, milk, and wheat flour, and it feels like when the first time I went to America and I lived there, and I said, like, oh God, I have a salad every single day. And I came home back to Slovakia. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be back to pierogi, which kind of like sheep cheese, potato dumplings. And that's it. And there's nothing there green at the table. And I felt guilty. It's not enough for me anymore. But it was enough for my great-grandparents, right?
Yes, exactly. Because they lived in those conditions which required that much of calorie intake with all those ingredients to keep the body and the mood of the person in a manageable way. But I don't think that it is now required. And I know a lot of people in this country too, in Slovakia, do apply the same as way of life. And I can see that through that, just the food part, they develop all sorts of chronic sicknesses and problems, which are not attended early enough, and they land up and it adds up into some very much kind of SOS situations, and a surprise that it happened to that person.
Yeah, definitely. But they also moved much more than us. I mean,
yes,
look
exactly.
at their lifestyle, working fields everywhere, the whole day outside.
Yes, very much. I mean, if you look in India itself, I work in India also every year, at least twice, and I found that that a lot of people in this Asian country, India, suffer a lot with diabetes, blood pressures, heart attack, which weren't actually before very known. I mean, nobody heard about somebody having cancer or having heart attack. Heart attack was for somebody who was very rich, right? Is a sickness of a rich guy. But now I found that a lot of younger people, with even 30s, they're getting stents. I mean, it's an operation done on one of the blood vessels because they get blocked through all kind of reasons, or getting seizures. A lot of cardiovascular problems Besides diabetic type 2 is India's most lovable, famous sickness actually, 80%, 70% people are actually sick by that. So yes, the lifestyle hasn't changed, which concerns the foods you eat, right? But around it, everything has changed. So you want to go to pee, you want to take a car, right? You don't like a walk. I mean, people don't like walking. They just kind of they do not want to apply more of their physical body into just normal things, right? If I ask my friend somewhere in India how much does he walk per day, I'm sure Zuzana, he won't even say kilometer. But if you see his meal, there's almost like 300 years ago, which carries almost like 1,400 calories into one meal. So imagine if that person is putting like 3 times that kind of a meal in food in his body. Yeah, somewhere the body says, I understand you love me, but find a utility for do that. Okay, so don't sit with your mind, but I need a muscular activity to kind of find a solution for that calorie bomb thrown into me.
That's very true. That's very true. Living in New York, I remember people being, America is big country. Everything is big there.
Yes.
People seem to be bigger. Portions seem to be bigger. Everything goes kind of, like majestically, really, really big. And I remember being in the gym and seeing all these people coming there, trying to do their workouts, to have this physical activity, and then leaving the place and going opposite to McDonald's to have their huge meal because they deserve it. So it is like, because I remember talking to you, it is about the energy, whether we are talking about surplus or deficit of calories. That's what you're talking about here.
Yes.
Food and physical
being very
activity.
general, being very, very conscious about that. Yes, definitely. Calories do matter. I mean, it's like fuel. You can tank as much, as much your body can take it, but after that becomes poison. So it means even a good orange, if it's taken in uncontrolled manner, it can be very damaging for your body. So yes, you need to pay attention to your food, how much you eat, and what do you eat, and is that food really meant for you, or is just you're eating because your mind tells you to eat. So you have to find kind of a connection to yourself. Don't be so mind driven, okay? Be more energy driven, that you have good energy to the day, and a clearer mind.
Okay, so we're moving to the mind topic. Let's take 1 minute break, okay, and then we can move maybe from food to what to do with our mind and how that part can help healing our body and staying fit. Okay.
RTI.
Everybody okay? Remember your training, all right?
RNLI lifeboat crews are unpaid volunteers. They rescue 22 people every day. On a lifeboat, training is a matter of life and death, and it costs £1,000 a year for each crew member. As a charity, we receive no UK government funding, so our crew's safety depends entirely on your donations. Please call 0800 543 210 and donate £20 or whatever you can afford. Because next time, this could be for real.
RTI.
Okay, welcome back. We're sitting here with our special guest today, Jovan,
Hello.
holistic therapist.
Yes.
So moving forward from food, when we're talking about this holistic approach, like I said, and you mentioned before, it's not only about food, not only about environment, but also another part of our body, which are feelings and mind. So how do emotions and thoughts actually influence the physical health?
A very good question, Zuzana. Emotions are like about bosses. Emotions are very important. I mean, I think human beings are, after eating all the meals, everything, what is remains is an emotion about everything, right? That makes an opinion about something. All right, emotions do play important role. I want to talk about an experiment done in Netherlands. Uh, um, they picked up two families, and one family was uh, living very. They were mostly on, and not that biological kind of food, right? They bought wherever they could get any food, and there was a family which lived very much on like bio food and biomaterial. I mean, everything that is very very biological. So it's called a pyramid experiment. I mean, somebody can look into that online. So what happened is that the family which was eating all kind of things, were happy, were healthy mostly. And the family, the lady especially in that family, who was very much tired with this bio food and this and that, she didn't look healthy. Her skin was, you can see the person was not her body was not responding to that kind of food, right? So one didn't knew what the reason was. And what happens, this experiment took like 6 years, and on the sixth, I think one of the partner of the family, which husband and wife, one of them died, who used to eat all kind of foods, and as soon as the husband died, the wife of that fellow, she became sick within a month. And it goes on. And on the other side, we found out that even if they were eating a lot of good foods, the family situation wasn't emotionally fertile enough. It was very chaotic. It was very stressful. It was very demanding. So even though the person was consuming very healthy, good food, it wasn't coming up into her. So it tells us that emotions, do play a very important role in how our body absorbs food and how it actually, utilizes in our body too. So we cannot separate emotions, because this is, the holy grail of our existence,
So what does actually happen in our body when we feel something?
See, you know when if you have eaten something very good, but you are put directly after that into a stressful situation, you know that your first thing that hits is your stomach, right? It just kind of, you feel that something has been drawn, some energy has been pulled out from that place and is diverted towards something else. So emotions do play a very very important role, how our body absorbs and lets things happen to our body itself. So it can go in fight modus, where it shuts down and closes, like we had the COVID here, and they close all the borders. So the exit and entry of everything all gets very very controlled and secured, right? So body doesn't allow to take any chances because it's busy with something else. So emotions are very very important. A good mindset, a better connection with yourself or environment allows you to flourish better with little even.
Well, emotional world, that's actually a topic of a couple of years now, where I realized that, working with people, mostly women around, I've noticed that we're coming to the age where emotions are finally allowed to be experienced. Because when you look back, like my parents, they suppressed a lot. It was not allowed to feel and to express that emotionally. And now we teach our children that it is okay to cry, it is okay to be angry, it is okay to, express happiness in their own way. And we actually have to teach all the other people around to accept them, that outer expression of that, right?
Yes, that we allow ourselves to find the freedom within the emotion world, where we can experience and express the emotions in a healthy way, not in a way that you compromise somebody else's way of life or freedom, but in a way that you're able to feel things and you're able to tell it to somebody in a very in a healthy way. Okay.
I remember I had an exercise, one special exercise I can share here.
Okay.
When my younger son was, I think it was 3, 4, 5 years old, he had this like emotional wave where he got kind of frustrated or angry very often when things didn't go his way. So I told him, imagine you have a special like a closet, like a wardrobe, where you have, the name of my son is Simon, where you have different kinds of Simon. One Simon is happy Simon, another is, I don't know, satisfied, another is this calm Simon. And I said, whenever you feel that kind of emotion, and it is okay to express it, but if you keep it, then you start suffer, right? The
Yes.
emotion comes, but to still living it, it's suffering. And so I told him, so when you don't like who you are that moment, you can open the wardrobe and just change the clothes. So you put on different Simon. And it worked for us nicely, really. So whenever I saw him being angry, I said, Simon, do you want to change yourself? And he imaginary opened the
Okay,
door,
yes.
and he took different clothes, put on himself. It was a very, very playful way, but I was trying to teach him that you actually get to choose how you feel if
Very
you
nice.
are aware of that. I know small child is not that easy, but even adults have problems to deal with that.
Yes, yes. Awareness is very crucial in this case. While you were telling me this, I was thinking, about my own self too. About my kid too, how I deal with those things. I find, but I can tell you one thing: if a body is healthy, right? I have to make it a point.
Yes.
It is crucial. If your body is good, working properly, I think you can handle emotions much better. I think you are a much pleasant person. You have a lot of patience, and you take time before you react to things. You're not impulsive, right? So yes, if we correct the first part of ourselves, that's having a good working machine in your body, then I think you will be able to handle emotions much better on all levels, cortisol and adrenaline, all kind of. I don't go in biology here, maybe some other time, but I find it becomes much easier for everybody to take a time and you can have your time, but you still are very much how would I say that, emotions don't play you play the emotions. See, so because then because you take time, you're not responding it so fast that you don't even have analyzed that the amount should be going out. So things are more in control, not out of control. So the idea is to play your emotions, but not let the emotions play you out.
Like you said before, it's about the vessel, the structure of the body, where I know myself, this is not that strong, my structure. So speaking about my life, I know that whenever emotionally something is not the way, it's very unstable, my body suffers immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes, because some physical bodies do have a better connection to themselves, so they live the emotion very much in the physical body, okay, like in the middle of the body. Some have more in mind, but we all of us deal differently with the stressful situation in the emotional world. But as I said, because a lot of clients, a lot of women are my clients, and I see they have a lot of burnouts over the years, and they are now they're always excuse me, they are so emotional on every single thing. So if you are in certain state of emotion very, very long, then it becomes it consumes your body itself, because every emotions is again played back into your physical body, right? So you cannot just separate. So having an emotional spike is good, but you must be able to bring it back in a very normal time. So you shouldn't stay spiked to a very long time. Then all the sicknesses which come with emotions, they arise, and people develop mental or physical issues, which are very much coming from that prolonged state of heightened emotions.
Can you share with us some techniques or tips how to deal with burnout or that kind of anxiety?
See, burnout for me is something that is something like that you don't have that much, but you're demanding it too much. And again, we come to the physical body, because you're demanding from the body so much that you don't have that much. And there's a deficit of what you want and what you have taken out. And that means there's a disbalance in the body, and it goes over the mind, and you have all kind of physical symptoms connected to burnouts. It's a big, but I would say, first of all, stepping back is very important, okay? And stepping back means also having to realize, making separations, don't put everything in one bag, okay? So putting them separately, first of all. Then you have a better overview. See, your ignorance, not to understand, not to separate them, has made that chaos within you. So, there are a lot of techniques, of course. People say breathing is one of them, that they could just take like 5 minutes of your day. You sit down, you close your eyes. Closing eyes for me is not like meditation, but it's like shutting off, at least your eyes, because there's a lot of information coming into your body that goes down, and then trying to focus mostly on breathing. Because why I say that, because breathing, for me particularly, when I do that to myself, brings me in the present moment. And all things which talked about, burnout, they are happening somewhere else, right? You are not present in the present moment. So once you kind of train yourself to be more centered, more in the present moment, it relaxes the body. It relaxes a lot of systems within your body. Your central nervous system, your adrenals, they all kind of little bit feel that there's something else also, because you have given a memory effect that means that is a normal state of being, right? Being in that heightened state. And when you retrain yourself, and you feel that when you're coming more near to yourself in the present moment, it will relax your system. It will help you to, how would I say that, see things a bit more in a separate boxes, so they're not in one box. Each one has a different function, and you utilize it when it's needed. Not everything is not in a chaotic manner in your mind and body. So breathing will be one of them. I advise. I would say, I tell my clients, try to add up new activities into your life. Okay, I find music is one of them.
Oh yeah, let's talk about music here. It's all about music here. So how can music help?
Music is very powerful, I find. It really, really resonates with the vibration we carry within ourselves, in ourselves also. And music gives us room, actually. It allows us to expand with beyond our limited, thinking process and awareness, where we think it's just that is it, and without that there's nothing more, because it's a scary place to be, right? So music helps us a lot. There are a lot of you can choose a music which you like. I would say something that kind of calms you down, okay? It doesn't have to be meditative music that somehow resonates with you better. And you can, I tell my clients, so put some music in your earphones with some music on, and go for a walk. Go for a walk in some green park or somewhere where you can connect and feel nature, and you can wake and breathe some different air. Just by doing that, you can really, I can see that you can lower the cortisol in the body so fast. That we want all things actually do that.
We all know here that music heals.
Yes.
I myself, when I'm stressed out, I put earphones on, play my songs, and I'm there. Nothing is around me. Nothing exists. It's just me and that songs. And that is actually for me the present moment, because I realize that being in the past is like being in guilt, grief, and such emotions. And then going further to future, it's experiencing worry, fear, and none of that serves me. So really coming here, like you said, the now moment, and music is that way to bring you there, because suddenly you can. Speaking about myself, I can experience that particular song, my whole body. It's like all senses are there, so that really the body itself is like now, right now.
Yes, very much, and I too apply that in my life. I mean, I um, um, do apply music when I feel that I need that time, that moment, because when I hear music, when I listen to music, it gives me a bit of time for myself. It somehow separates me from all the chaos happening around me, and music doesn't. It's not about listening. It goes through all my cells, right? Your cells are listening to your music, and they also dance with you. I would say, and they are your working machines, right? I mean, they're producing the energy, they're metabolizing your food. I mean, they're keeping you alive. So these little individuals do also have a little party with you. So I advise find something which relaxes you, and just have time. Give yourself time, a little bit of time where you listen to it, and just let music just go into you, and you just give yourself somewhere else than what bothers you a lot.
I remember one experiment done. That experiment was done with elderly people, other members of 50, 60, 70, something like that. But what they did, they put them in the room where they created the environment which was about their 30s, 50s, 60s, 30s, 40s. So it means like putting posters of their favorite singers, playing their songs, just environment, giving them food which they used to eat when they were 20, 30 years younger. And after a certain period of time, they ran diagnostics of them, and actually their health improved just by listening and living their youth. It was about vitality, energy, digestion, sleep, everything. They just lived in their young, this ripe age, and it just improved.
Exactly. So I mean, you add food through your mouth, which adds up to your body. You breathe air, which goes through your nose and adds up to your body. That's how sound also works. That goes through your ears and adds up to your physical and non-physical part of you, and it does interact with it in all kind of levels. Okay, and that's a wonderful thing to allow yourself. But nowadays, music, it's so easily available. So I would advise everybody to just make their own little album and apply it.
A little playlist of yours. Yes, that's true. And okay, we have one more topic to touch. I would like to ask you, because there's one thing about listening, something that is coming from you, to you from outside, but there's also like inner player in us, and these are thoughts. And that is also because we say like how's it called? I wrote it down. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So it is about the mind and this inner chatter we have. So how does this work when we're talking about healing our bodies?
Yes, is the topic where attention goes. Is a very big topic. I mean, but I will say everything is about your attention makes things real, right? Where you don't pay attention, things are not real for you as an individual. So there's interaction between your attention and which creates a perception, let's say, what you understand, and that has an effect within you, which allows you to feel in the way you have lived your life. Do you understand things with which you can make your own idea about it? Feels good, feels not good. So yes, attention does play an important role in a lot of cultures. I mean, all the religious cultures. There's a lot of talk about attention. Put your attention here. Close your eyes. Your attention has to be there. Meditate this. So your attention, where attention resides, there reality happens. There the truth is you. that you create something, right, for yourself, not for everybody. Yes, it is a very, I find it's a very, very interesting topic. I mean, I've been kind of thinking a lot about that, writing about it. So maybe some of the time I'll come more prepared for this, this topic with attention, which I find is fascinating and absolutely mind-blowing what it all does to us without our own knowledge.
Because actually the body listens to our thoughts, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah, because because with thoughts are built out of some kind of emotion, right? See, again, we come back to the emotion. But my message is simple. Healing is not something that happens to you, okay? It happens through you. When the mind becomes peaceful, the food becomes pure, our interaction becomes kind, life itself begins to heal us. So true wellness is not just about living longer for me. It's about living in harmony with yourself, others, and the energy that connects all.
Yeah. That's a very nice message. I would say very powerful. Like I said, it's the whole package.
Yes, today's talk. It was about that. So if you live around this, what we talked about, there are a few takeaways, what I said now. Finding the harmony, about your life. And it's built out of food, the kind of emotions you produce, your mindset, and how you feel about life too. So it's all. But first, all of them, the base is trying to have a good relationship with your body, being truthful to it, taking it as an important entity in your life, not somebody you can just use it for something, feeding it properly, taking care of it, and spending some money and time on it, okay? So don't be somebody who thinks sickness is a physical problem. End of the day, I will put some 2 paracetamols and somebody going to solve my problem. But take it as your own responsibility, that you keep, that you act, and you're somebody who is, before anything happens, you already have taken your action about it, okay? And then you will find out, once your body is working properly, it's like a computer. It will allow you to do things which you haven't even felt before. It will make your life more content, happier, peaceful, and you are a universal being for me then.
Yeah, it's very true. It is like parents say, I would die for my child, but would you live your full potential? You're really like having healthy, fit body for your child, and just invest in yourself for that kind of thing. Yeah.
One last thing I just want to add. I just came to mind. I visited a friend of mine, and his father is 90 years old. I just met him just 2 weeks ago, and he just came from the hospital. He was sitting. He could recognize. He knew my name and everything we talked about. Now at 90, I asked him, what is the most important thing you got? What's your message about life? He said, healthy body.
Then you can enjoy your life.
Yes.
That's a perfect message. Thank you, Jovan. Wow, what a talk, really. We touched a lot, and actually we touched a lot, but it was like a small drop.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so vast. It has to be more, it has to get more put in some topics which can be deeply investigated. But I thank you very much for hosting me. I mean for calling me here. And I really enjoyed. I actually, I was very nervous in the beginning because it's not what I do. But it came up for me very pleasant to talk to you. And it was, for me also something I could learn.
Thank you. Thank you, really, for being here with us. Thank you, all our listeners. And we wrap it up. We have Eric here already. So thank you again. Have a nice afternoon, and I'll talk to you next week.
RTI.